Hello everybody. Today we have Will here, a friend of mine that's I've known for quite a few years, and he has brought his horses over here because we have some issues that we want to try to work out, and we're going to explain that to you as we go along. I'm not even sure totally what these issues are, but we'll find out as we go along. So Will, tell people a little bit about yourself and why are you in the horse logging business, and how long have you been doing this, and a few things like that. Try not to make too long of a speech here because we're limited with Go right ahead.
Well, my name's Will Patnode, and back when I was 16, 17 years old, I come and I helped Jim out, and he had a couple horses that I really took interest in. So then about a year and a half ago, I figured I'd give it a try for myself. So here I am, but I got a little bit of troubles with them. The one horse doesn't really want to stand. After she's hitched on a load, a pretty good load, she doesn't want to stand after that. So I want Jim to give me a little bit of pointers.
A few months ago now, Will was actually here. We did a short video with him on getting a harness fitted to this girl right here. This girl right here has got a little bit of a story too, because this girl right here actually was on my place, how many years ago now? 7 years ago. And we actually did the initial training of her. And she did pretty good, and he's doing quite well with her now.
What kind of horses do Will?
The old feller that I bought her from told me she was half Percheron, half Suffolk, but I don't know.
Well, she's got the size and the shape of a Suffolk as far as mine.
And the other one comes with registration papers of Percheron, but that's it. Yeah. That's all I know. And I bought that one at an auction.
Yeah, and she was supposed to be bred, and she was never bred.
Yeah,
so that was kind of a disappointment. Yeah. Okay, so to start with, and we talked about this before we started the video here, we need to shorten up this is my logging cart, his horses, of course, and I don't even know if that's the right pole that I had originally in this cart, but it doesn't matter. And we might not necessarily go get the cart exactly where it even should be, but for the purpose of what we're doing, it should be fine. But like we both agreed, we need to shorten these tugs up a little bit to get that pole up in the air and get a tighter fit. So go ahead and do that. So he will take up another link on his tugs, and that will make everything tighter and better. His tugs are a little bit different than mine because he has the heel change hitched right to the tugs or the traces, and a lot of them are that way. But mine have the hooks right on the tugs themselves. It's nice because these do have swivels, so they can go on crooked, and then you can straighten them up to have that straight line with the tugs. We also had to jerry rig a little bit on his harness because he forgot the long straps. These lines are a lot different than mine. These lines have come back to a ring like this, and then he just snaps on his long hook.
Right back a little bit.
Snaps on his long lines here. But he forgot those long lines. And so we just put a couple lead ropes together, and that's going to work perfectly fine for what we're doing. So, So if it was me, as far as today, we're fine. But if it was me, I would probably even get these even shorter, although they're not bad at all. But they could be even maybe one length shorter. But they're fine for today, and they're actually probably fine anyways. So what I think might be best to do is if you just drove them around, I watch you drive them around, and then we got a chain on there, and you said that the issues pretty well just start.
Just like they just did. Once they stand for a few seconds, she always wants to go.
Okay.
It's like she always wants to be ahead of the other girl.
Right. So when you're driving, just regular driving, do they walk together?
Yeah, well, this one's like an old horse. She just mopes around.
So when they're empty, they walk perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So jump on and just drive up and back, and let me see what's going on.
Step up. Where do you want me to go?
Just around that mud puddle and come right back here.
Right on that lawn?
Yeah.
G a little bit. Raven G. G. Oh.
Will's kind of funny. He likes to. Let's put it this way. Sometimes he thinks his horses aren't as good as they really are, and sometimes he thinks his skill isn't as good as it really is. For example, this horse here. He was so concerned because she was skin and bones in his mind, and she really isn't. And he said she did lose a lot of weight and she's gained quite a lot back, but she doesn't look that bad. She looks, quite acceptable. But he does like his other horse. That's Tess.
Tess.
And what's this one's name?
Raven.
Raven?
Raven.
He likes Tess because she's so fat, and she's such an easy keeper, and so. He does think that all horses have to be that way, which we all know that doesn't always happen. Anyways, I thought they looked great going around the corner, but you said that they normally do.
Yeah.
So let's go and hitch onto a log. Now, generally, is it only with a big log or a little log even?
No, if we're doing cedar, that pulls is light and it pulls easy, and she doesn't want to. But
She doesn't want to what?
Like she doesn't want to stand.
Okay.
But I don't know because I've never really. Yes, was it yesterday we used her to put a round bale in? We used her by herself, and once we backed her up the hitch to the round bale, she was just wicked,
Okay. But had she been working every day till then? More
she
or
only
less?
had one day off.
Okay.
From the woods.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they pulled 1,400 feet the day before that.
Okay. All right. So let's drive over there. There's that log that I was, just that small log right there, the one I used with Baron the other day. We'll put a chain on that. And so just drive up to the heads and stop, and then we'll get a chain on and we'll go from there.
Okay. Step up. Ray.
I must say, from what I've seen so far, I'm impressed. I think they do great. Of course, you're just driving around empty, of course, but and I think they still look good together. And I said that right along. That's good right there.
Whoa.
Okay, so when you're in the woods, how do you normally hitch on? Do you normally
I face them towards the log.
like this?
Yep. And I put my lines on the cart like that. I go up, I put the chain on, and then I back them up.
Okay, and go from
To
there. Okay. The reason I ask that because a lot of times when you've got a team that doesn't hitch that good or wants to take off all the time, that's a safer and better way to do it. Until you get them to stand good, it's hard to swing around, back up, put the chain on there, and expect them to stand still while you're putting the chain on. So the way you said you do it is.
This is how I do it right here. I just put them a little bit closer to the log.
Right. So I'm going to put this chain on, but then I'm going to let you do it the way you normally do it, so we can see how she reacts. Now, this way too small of a log to her even get worked up with, you don't know.
I do not know.
Well, let's try.
Yeah. I mean, they're seeing what's going on now.
Right.
Generally in the woods. So.
Okay, so I'm just going to let you do it the way you normally do it, and I'll watch, and then if I have some ideas that I help you with, we'll go from there.
Now, I'm going to act like I'm backing into a little tight of an area, so she has to haw over.
Okay.
See how she gets worked up.
That being the case, why don't you bring her up into here and then back her out and around?
Okay.
We have to kind of duplicate what would be happening in the woods with her.
Ho. Ho. Now step.
So Tess is on this side, which is the horse that's been doing so good. And the horse on the other side is
Now
the one
back.
that's been having little troubles with.
Ha over. Ha Tess. Ha. Back. Back. Ha. Now who? Whoa. Now back. 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 Ho. Ho. Now stand. Ho. Ho. Step up. Step.
Okay, hold up.
Oh.
I think there's a lot of people around the world that have horses that would say, wow, if you're complaining about how well they did, what's wrong with you? I thought they did great well. Should we hitch her on a big log and see what happens?
Did they do great that time as far as you're concerned?
Yes.
Okay, so sometimes
Oh.
they don't act like this.
You know, a lot of times when we want them to do bad, they won't do bad. And when we want them to do good, they don't do good. But you're saying also that a lot of times, like in this situation, she would not stand there. She just got to
and
go all the time.
Remember how I tell you she throws her head all the time she stands?
Uh-huh.
You know, and you suggest tie her bit back a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I have not done that yet, but they didn't really have to squat either.
No,
You
correct.
know what I
That's
mean?
what I'm saying. Let's hitch on a log that makes them think a little bit, and we'll go
Even
from
a dead log like that over there, or firewood, something that
there. Yeah.
we ain't dragging a good saw log.
Just hold up for a second. Right, I didn't really want to get the log all dirty, but let's hitch right onto that top ash log right there.
Okay.
It is?
Yeah. Okay, bring him right over here.
Step. You want me back in there?
No, just drive her up here and you'll have to back into it, but
Oh. G. G, Raven. G. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Whoa. Back. Back. Back.
that's good right there.
Whoa.
I'm very impressed in how well they're backing up.
They
They've always backed up good.
Yeah, that one used to back up 100 miles an hour.
That's right, you
non-stop,
remember that.
remember?
Yeah. Okay, what I want to do here, because you're so high for safety reasons, I just want to do this.
And then I'll stop and shorten it up because
Pull
I
it-
do that a lot in the woods.
Pull it down because it's going to thrash there.
Yeah.
And it actually could, if they keep going too fast, they'll flip it over. So just go a little ways.
Step. Step. Ho. Ho. Now back.
I've
Ho.
got to ask you also, have you flipped your cart over any?
Yes.
Okay.
I went airborne the other day.
You must be learning then. When I first started with the cart, I would flip it over several times a day. Okay.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
let's actually go that way with it because when you turn, it's going to bind just a touch and it's going to make them want to pull more.
Step. Whoa.
Can you make him do something bad?
Well, you got to give us something to go on here. The horses are working great.
I'm gonna video them then in the woods and send you the video.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
And this one hasn't worked in, what, 2 days? Maybe you scare them. Maybe I don't have something right on my cart.
maybe.
Remember I said sometimes to fix stuff you gotta have it exactly what you use every day.
Right. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, I
I
know.
mean, this, whoa, this,
Does that cart feel a lot different than yours?
just this, only thing is mine's this high where I sit. Okay, I don't have that step way down.
Okay. Yeah. I don't like the car as good as my cart that I use, but it does work okay.
Like this one would scare me in the woods with these guys on it because I'd be afraid I'd get stuck because
Your feet would get stuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I try not to put my feet in there. I keep them up here.
the other day my son cut a tree down and a limb slapped him and he says, I always get hit on top of the head. I said, well, the good Lord's trying to drive you down and then he keeps making me go up because after that I went airborne.
Oh my goodness. Well,
But they don't generally stand like this. In the woods, they will not stand like this.
You have to go visit him when he's in the woods.
I guess so.
Raven would have already been jumped ahead about 5 times.
Well, drive them up and back a few times. Don't go on the gravel
stones,
stuff.
no.
Just go straight up to the.
Actually, I can go right around this little path,
You can go
right?
right around. Yeah.
Step, Ray. Test step. Whoa. Okay, now you see how she stepped back? She's relaxed. In the woods, this one don't step back. And all of a sudden, well, here, let me take weight off the neck yoke.
You know, that's not a tiny log, so they have to pull.
Well, that's about what I'm pulling for pine.
Right.
I mean,
So I expected she'd do something. And
but she's not. And listen, she's not even got the white frost flying out of her mouth.
But she would normally get it even that first hitch with you. And
She's generally got water dripping off her belly by now.
are you serious?
Yes. Like, move these right here.
You look a little.
That would be wet
Really?
in the woods.
How's her breathing? Good.
She
And
comes right back out of it.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to help you, but I can't see anything wrong. Yeah, which is good. In a way.
Well, do I need driving lessons? Like, to go to like a driving clinic or something? Am I not driving them right?
Well, they're not doing.
Not doing anything wrong. I think you're doing great.
You gotta go visit him at
Yeah, I
the
guess
woods.
I guess that's what I'll have to do. You know, one thing that possibly is our voice has a lot to do with how they react. And I did notice a couple times there your voice got kind of loud, and I'm wondering if you're in the woods alone or working with your son in the woods, if you tend to have a lot louder voice than you do with today.
That's a good possibility.
Because our voice has a lot to do with how horses react.
And that would make her work herself up.
Absolutely. And I've noticed that you mostly have been really calm and calm voice. But once over there, I did hear you raise your voice quite a bit more.
Because I felt her start her stuff.
And then so your voice raised, and then she gets worse. And maybe that has a lot to do with it. I can't say for sure, but
Well, that makes sense.
it does make sense.
Because when she doesn't want to G over, I'll holler at her.
Yeah.
Because she hates the G. It doesn't matter what side she's on. If I wanted to G her now to go through there, she'd probably throw a fit.
We'll do it. But do it, and you keep your cool, and keep your voice down, and attempt to G her over.
It's a good place for me to be.
Oh. G over, Ray. Ray, G. G, Ray. Ray, G. G.
That's good.
Oh.
So, in the woods, she wouldn't have acted that way.
No.
Do you think that you would have normally spoke a lot louder to her? Or maybe I should ask your son that. Do you think?
Yeah, you could have. He would tell you.
Because a lot of times we don't even realize it. But do you think maybe you would have been a lot noisier, louder to her?
I might talk louder in the woods after running chainsaw. You know what I mean? Earmuffs on, and then when you take them off, not everybody's soft voice. I'm not soft voice. My wife always tells me, you don't need to holler, I'm sitting right here.
But see, there's a good, that's potentially a good reason what's happening. It could easily be your voice.
Because these two beasts right here never stood here like this. Never. She does.
Right, but together like this. And then, like you said, to turn right, she'd never do that, and she just did it perfectly.
Yeah, a lot of times you gotta tell Tess, push her over. Now, if you holler, Tess, G over, she'll push her.
Well, the other thing that's different is that you're not in the woods.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm wondering, because I run her from here to the blacktop down the dirt road that I'm logging on. She's normal. Once we turn in and go through the 5 foot of the woods, she just gets worked up. But you can stand her there and go follow a tree, and the tree crashes in it and she doesn't jump.
Yeah.
Because I do not, most of the time, I know I'm wrong, but I generally don't tie them in the woods.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I face them towards a tree,
Right.
and that's...
Right. But that's not the issue.
No,
That's not
the issue is here.
All right.
Step up. Now low. Now back. See that little bit of mud right there? We're gonna try that. A little bit. Oh, now back. Oh.
I'm gonna hit you.
Oh.
Or you want to just do it?
Oh.
You just do it.
Oh. I don't know. They wouldn't be there. They would already be over to the skid steer if they're in the woods. I don't.
Really, they go that far?
If I drop these, they would just go back down the trail. Right. If I holler, they'll stop. But you know what I mean. That was just that was an expression. They would have already been over.
But
there.
they like take right off.
They bolt. I mean, I tie my lines and I put it in my arm. That way I have,
right,
because of my shoulder, I gotta make
right.
My hand, I can't squeeze enough to hold the lines. If you look, I got this one wrapped.
Right. Yeah.
But they would never stand like this, Jim. What did you do when they're over there?
I talked to him, Will. I talked to him. I told him to behave. No, I don't. I'm not sure what to tell you. I mean, the possibly it's in your voice, and you're not doing that today. But it's hard to believe that your voice is that much different in the woods or when I'm not, when you're not here with me. But but it still could have some to do with it, because I'm sure even in the woods they're not always bad.
No, no,
So
no, they're not. They're not
that's-
always bad.
that's one of the hardest things we have to do, is to stay calm, so our horses stay calm.
And I always blamed it on every time I work her 3-4 days, long days, she starts to lose a little weight. So I give them a couple days off because I feel bad for her. But you say she's not skinny.
Well, she's not. No, I mean she's in good working order. I wouldn't be concerned with her looks at all. I was expecting her to be a lot worse from what you had told me.
And they do not stand like this.
You've been perfect today. That's interesting. Stay right here. I gotta talk to your son for a minute.
Okay.
I'm really trying to help you, Will.
This video is gonna get 10,000 dislikes.
These horses are working
Edit that
brilliantly
out.
today. There's nothing wrong with these horses. What's the difference? Do you think in the woods he's noisy?
Oh.
Is he loud to his horses?
Yeah, a little bit. And I think that's probably why. But Raven usually does jump ahead.
But she's not today at all.
No, that's why I just called and told Mom. I said the horses are making Dad look like a fool. Because I said they're standing still, they're listening, not moving.
Yeah. And I talked to him. I was thinking maybe it's your voice that's making the difference.
Yeah, he's a lot calmer with them here.
Yeah. And it might be because I'm with him, I'm here, whatever. But it's still, if he knows that, he can work on it. You know, if that is the case, if he goes to the woods next time he goes to the woods, if he stays calm and keeps his voice quiet, which is not natural for him, you know, because he just naturally has got a boisterous mouth.
Yeah.
But it could make a difference, and it'd be worth a try. I just wanted to see what I told him, that sometimes you don't even realize what you're doing, so that's why I wanted to ask you if he does get kind of boisterous in the woods, because it's almost natural that he is that way.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. We're not gonna
So-
put anything in there you don't.
Yeah, because they're doing very good today. Like,
Yeah, they're perfect.
I called and told Mom, I said they're not acting like they do in the woods.
Yeah, and I don't think it's the
Well,
woods.
maybe they need to be an
I think it's
Amish
something
team
else.
then. Just
Well,
do
that's
field
what
work.
I didn't know if it was
Maybe.
them being in the woods, if that would have caused it. Because I said, I don't know if it's because it's wide open.
She
here.
loves the woods.
No, I mean that should make it worse in a lot of ways. But
Yeah, because they
maybe.
never stand like that.
yeah, maybe I'll just have to go in the woods and see what's happening.
But like as soon as we get to the landing, they'll stand like that. But as soon as we hitch them to pull it to the landing, if you stop like in between, they don't want to stand.
Yeah, but he's pulling to landing. He stops wherever we want to stop. He stands perfect. He's stopped several times now. Bunch of times. Well, bring him up here.
Step. G. 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 Whoa.
Just want to see how he stands. She stands. I don't know. I might have to come up to the woods because they're working perfect here.
Well, Jim whispered something in their ear when they were tied to the side of the trailer.
Apparently it worked. I wish I remember what it was.
Just gonna have to make
Yeah.
a field trip.
Right about now, no joke. What was there? 270 board feet in that one 12-foot log the other day? We hooked them to that. I skidded it maybe 20 feet. I wanted to shorten up the chain to give them a better, easier skid. I couldn't even hang on to them.
But that's a lot heavier than that hitch right there.
Oh, it is.
Green, 250 feet of green pine. It would be, because that's a dried piece of ash.
Okay.
But still, that's plenty heavy enough. Yeah. Can I drive him around once?
Yeah.
Although I don't think there's going to be a difference.
Feel free.
I just want to feel.
Let me get over there, though.
That caps up. Hip, ba. Ha. Ha, there. Ha, ha, ha. Hip, G. 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 Hip, G. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. She's working perfect.
She's not even sweating like
Right,
she used to, you know?
right,
Well, like she does at the woods.
right.
Underneath these would be already all sweaty.
Even now. Even this soon.
Yeah. The first going in the woods, getting the first hitch coming out, she's already all wounded up.
Even the second and third day.
And it seems like as the days go, she progresses to get worse.
She doesn't get better, she gets worse.
Like
actually.
the third day, she's just like a ticking time bomb. Like she'll stand there like she is now all the time that you cut a tree, put the chain on. Once you back up, she just doesn't want to stand nowhere. And I do it the same way. I even put her through the mud over there.
I just did too. And I swung her back and forth over there just to see if it's... Sometimes. Tap ya. Oh. Oh, bah. Sometimes chains will get them worked up, you know what I mean? But, oh, Tess is more worked up than she is. Oh,
There you go.
Now you got them worked up.
but they're not worked up.
But that's the starting of it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, but they're worse than that. You know what I mean? And you said it was Tess that was doing it, not Raven.
Just now, yeah. But that's totally normal,
Yeah.
you know, because they know they got a hitch. It's time to go, so you know. I don't know. I think I need to come to the woods sometimes sometime with you because they're just working perfect here today. I mean, perfect. Ask Brenda; she's the expert.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Well, they definitely don't drive like Ken, eh?
Ken has his problems at times.
Yeah,
I don't know, they seem perfect to me.
yeah.
They're doing great.
I know. Let me swing around to the pile, we'll unhitch and take them home, and I'll try to get to the woods sometimes when you're out there working. Cast up. Cast up.
I use step up, but
Careful. Huh? Oh, yeah. Huh? Oh. Bye. 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 Oh. Oh.
I guess I'm speechless.
Gotta ask your wife. I bet that's never happened before. For you to be speechless.
Well, my poor
You want
old...
to sell them?
Yeah, I'll sell 'em.
Cast up. Oh. No. I gotta put this cart away. I'm gonna see how good they are at backing.
Okay. Give me the chain. Or are you leaving it on there?
Nah, let's take it off. G over here. G, 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 G. Oh, bye. Bye there. Bye. Bye. Yep, G, G. Oh, bye. Bye. Oop, bye. Oop, bye. Oop, ha. Oh. Oh. Up here. Oh. Oh. Gee, we got about an inch of fit in here. Gee. Oh. Oh. Bye. Oh. Good girls. I think you've got a good team here, Will. I really do. And why don't you unhitch them? You go around that side there and unhitch the desk and I'll unhitch.
They were walking right. I happened to walk on top of that log right there.
I know. I purposely let them do that. They're logging horses. They need to be able to do that stuff, right? Well,
That's right.
hold the lines. I'll get this side. I had just like an inch of spare between this getting out of here. You notice they backed right in just perfectly.
I like that neck yoke better than mine.
Yeah, I like it too. Okay, they're all yours.
Step.
This would be a good time to sell them. If you want to sell them, you can put them on. I can tell them they're for sale. You get $20,000 for them.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling you, they've done well. They look good together too. I said that all along. You know, if you could make these two a team, financially you'd be so much better off. Just deal with what you got, right?
Yes, absolutely. But we got to figure out why is it when she
In the woods, it causes trouble.
causes trouble and why she slithers down so much on weight.
Right.
I mean, today, well, she did frost from the mouth, but
Look at my horses would do that lots of times.
she ain't skittish like she generally is today.
And not at all nervous because she's
Yeah.
let drop. Well, I think what next thing is to come to the woods with you when you're in the woods. And I don't doubt there's some issue somewhere about this.
It might be my cart.
It might be, but I doubt it. I don't see how the cart would do it. But I do see how our voice does it.
Yeah, but I doubt you're that much different between. Do you think
He's just naturally very loud. That's just
know, but-
his natural way he is. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't doubt that. I bet
My
you are
wife's
too.
always hollering at me. Stop hollering, I'm
Yeah.
sitting right here.
You're just talking. Yeah.
I never thought you were that loud. But...
And then if I'm running a steel chainsaw, I probably talk even louder because it sounds like a 358 modified race car.
That's your problem. Get a husky.
I got a husky, got two of them. Well, sometimes you need sometimes one don't run, you got to use the other one.
Okay, so a lot of ways we didn't help them, Will, but they just did so good here. We're just going to have to make another video another time when we're in the woods with you because to me they just did great. So we'll have to try it again.
To be continued.
To be continued, yes.